Okay, guys, welcome back to White Tigers Rising here with the Truro City Football Club, and we are 5 games from the end of the season with our next to last episode in our first season inside League 2, and as you'll see, we seem to be exploding a little bit here. So we've been on this slog sort of up the ladder, and it continues to go. So we still have the best defense in League 2. We're up to the 6th best offense, and you'll see what happened this month. We just started scoring goals. As you can see, we're 9th in the league on 60 points right now. We're actually 2 points back of a promotion playoff spot. 8 points out of an automatic promotion slot. So this is beyond crazy. I'm not under any impression that we're going to really do this. Although we have a bunch of winnable games in our last block of the season, which we'll look at the end of the episode, but this is just crazy, to say the least. Just to give you a quick look at the squad, so Freddie Tracy has had an awesome month. He's up to 19 goals in 26 appearances. Miko Vertana with 11 right behind him, and then Kelsey Mooney has 8. So we're getting goal production from a bunch of different places. Dion Pereira has exploded a little bit, so he's up to 11 assists. Kelsey Mooney with 9, and Freddie Tracy with 6 himself. Freddie Tracy has had the best last 5 games with a 7.92 in there. And our best key passer is the other direction, would be Wes McDonald, who's been playing fantastically. I'm a little worried we're going to lose a handful of guys in the summer to some bids, but if we can turn around, make some money for the club, and rebuild a little bit, we'll see what happens. But we'll tackle that as we move on. So that's it for the intro, guys. I'll see you in the first highlight. Okay, guys, first game of the month was on the road at the Sixfield Stadium in Northampton in what should have been a very, very difficult match for us. Northampton were in the promotion playoff spots at this point and looking to really push on, and we came in and played really well. So that was balanced, in terms of possession, all across the park. In terms of general shooting, there was a lot of shots, but no shots on target for Northampton, and we managed to slot one in with our 4 shots on target and put this one in the books for 3 points. So this started the month off really nicely. And here's the goal from Miko. Just turn that off so it's not ringing in my ears. Tracy out wide on this one gets a really nice assist. Miko gets his head right up and knocks this one in. On that one, so a good start to the month. Well played. I think we deserve the victory in this one, and we played well enough to get it. So that's it for this one. See you in the next highlight. Okay, guys, so the next game was at sort of 21st or 22nd place when we played this one, Accrington Stanley. Disappointed with a 1-1 draw. I felt like this is a game that we should be able to go in and win, especially at home. We did salvage the point, and Jamie Veal came up kind of big for us to salvage that point, but we just didn't play particularly well. Again, another really very balanced game. They were a lot more dangerous, put some more shots on target. Lloyd Allison had to have a decent day to kind of keep up with things. But overall, kind of disappointed. So they got the scoring opened in the 17th minute here. Just let the highlight load up. A disappointing one from open play. They get it in, sneak it around, and just a really good effort, to go in high on the near post. But, we didn't really close anything down. I'm not really sure what the hell he was doing there, but we didn't really close anything down on that one. We gave him space, and he managed to do the damage. But Tracy and Veal linked up, so we're getting good striker link up at the front on this one. So Tracy gets in, heads it across to Veal, who happens to be wide open in space and manages to put it into put it away for the equalizer. And that pretty much rounded out the excitement in this particular match on that. So we're seeing better striker link up. With the 4-4-2, I think it's helping us a little bit in this one, and we're starting to get better. But overall, defense has continued to be strong, and we're starting to put more goals in. So I'll see you guys in the next highlight. Okay, guys, this was Bristol Rovers, and they were again up trying to get into the promotion playoff slots when we played this game. This one was a really uncomfortable game for a little while. So it was a very tight first half, and then they sort of exploded, shooting quite a bit, and knocked 2 quick goals in us, one in the 60th and one in the 62nd minute. And then for some reason we just decided, it's time to play. And Freddie Tracy woke up, banged in a hat trick with Tom Phipp knocking one in the middle, just to provide a little variation to a theme. They were shooting, but a lot from distance. But they did put 7 on target and managed to convert 2 of them. We, on the other hand, converted 4 of the 6 we put on target. Again, another very evenly matched possession game. So I'm not really sure what to make of that. Big audience that we played in front of, so that was always nice. So Kwame Thomas started this one in the 60th minute. Again, a little open play here, a little back and forth from theirs. Brown makes the interception because he's marking really well, but it's a weak, pass effort to his partner, and Thomas just comes in and plucks that up and just bangs it in. So Kevin Dawson then knocked one in the next, 2 minutes later, wide open out there. Cross comes in, Dawson snakes in wide, and is able to capitalize on that effort. So 2 totally unmarked wide men. Unfortunately, we fell asleep at the switch. At that point, Freddie decided, this is a good time to wake up. So Veal, some good striker link-up play, and Phipp getting a little forward, gets a good shot in. Lewis is able to deflect it, but right into the path of Freddie, and Freddie buries that one confidently in the back of the net. At this point, I was pretty sure, we probably, we had enough time to get one back, and we were on the front foot playing well. Turns out a few minutes later, Freddie gets the magic going. So Phipp again playmaking nicely, gets a good pass in. He's right in front of, in front, and their fullback played Freddie on side, and he just buried that right in the far post. So at this point, we're 2-2, and we're feeling pretty good. And I'd be happy to get away with a point against a team that was above us in the table at this point. But Tom Phipp decided, let's pull out all 3 points. Again, just a really nice pass from Dino, finds him just off his marker, and he knocks it in for a good near post goal. So at this point, we're now in the lead, and Freddie says, well, if we're going to keep scoring, it's hat trick time. So Grayson gets it into Veal, just splits the center backs. He gets a step on it, gets it underneath the goalkeeper who can't quite hang on to it, drops that in, and that is the hat trick on that. So a really good game. Another 3 points on this one, so we're up to 7 points in what we really thought would have been at least a 9-point, a 9-point month for us. So really happy with where things are going so far. We'll see you guys in the next highlight. Okay, so this was the Exeter City game. Disappointed. Exeter City, I think, were 19th? 17th or 19th or so at the time we played this particular match. Again, another really very even possession matched game. More shots on target, pretty balanced overall. So I think the result is fair, given everything. But this is a team that, if we're really going to consider ourselves kind of moving to this to a solid mid-table League 2 side, to upper half of the table side, this is a game we have to go in and win. I think pulling points, especially at home against a team like this, is a must-win situation for us. So only squirking out of this one with 1 point was really kind of disappointing. Especially the other side of it too is we went up 2-0 pretty fast, and then gave them both back before halftime. So Mikko Virtanen got us started in this one in the 17th. In here again, good link-up play. So Freddie Tracy gets out wide. Mikko's coming up in support right there in the middle and just screeches in, gets the header in front of a bunch of covering center backs who don't know what to hit them. So really nice, really nice link-up play there. He then decided to go and tack the brace on. Again, very similar. Tracy able to get in there, use a little strength, finds Dino Pereira in there, who gets a nice long cross to the far post, and Miko just batters that one in for his 11th of the season. At that point, we're up 2-0, and I was feeling pretty confident. I didn't change anything, and then they played themselves right back into it. So the match totally swung in the other direction on us here. They got out wide, uncovered. Brommel at the far post does exactly the same thing right back to us, and they're now back in it at 2-1. At this point, I tried to get a little more aggressive with closing down and playing defense a little bit better. Unfortunately, it didn't really do anything. And 6 minutes later, they're right back up, in front of us. Snake one, both strikers coming right in. The two center backs get all bollocksed up in there, and Tom Rosenthal puts the equalizer in. The rest of the game sort of settled out, into a little bit of a back and forth, mostly a midfield battle as I tried to open things back up to try and nab a winner, but we weren't able to nab the winner. So we pulled a point, so we're up to 8 points on the month. So overall, it was a decent month. But like I said, this is a team we really need to be beating if we're going to consider ourselves moving into a better echelon inside of League Two, as opposed to being sort of a bottom of the table, relegation candidate per se. So that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the feature highlight. Okay, guys, so this is the Morecambe game. This is our feature game of the month. As you can see, we won 4-1, so it's nice to have a feature game with a little bit more to look at. Just before we get into the extended highlights of this game, a much more balanced game again. I'm noticing when we play our 4-4-2, we play a lot more balanced possession game. It's not such a heavily tilted possession game to us, but we are becoming a lot more efficient with our opportunities, scoring 4 out of 6 on-target opportunities. So overall, I'm happy with the way the team's playing and how things are going. So let's get into the highlights. We started this one off on an absolute just flyer. So Freddie Tracy gets it back to Phipp. McDonald finds Vertonen, who's able to just slide this one into the face of Sinclair. Phipp finds Dino, and Dino's able to find Tracy in a little bit of space, and he knocks it into the near post to get us started 28 seconds in at a 1-0 advantage. A few minutes later, we were on the front foot from the get-go. Balls over the top, good shot, nice save. So Tracy was sort of on his mark there. Dangerous. We were getting balls in over their defense, which was an encouraging sign. We just weren't able to completely finish. But Vertonen gets a nice one in there, finds McDonald, but it gets cleared away. Unfortunately, Lewis Baldwin goes for the header and whiffs something fierce, but Allison's right there to turn that one away. Lines, starts the move. Mooney's out there. McDonald finds Vertonen. Gets back in. McDonald finds Vertonen out wide. Boom! Finds Tracy in a little bit of space in front of the center backs, right around that penalty spot marker, and he just blasts it in all kinds of space there. So we're in a pretty good space at this point, up 2-0, 10 minutes in. I am starting to get a little worried at this point that we're going to pull an Exeter and we're going to let them back in and kind of give points away. Good opportunity for them right there. Allison comes up huge again for us. They're still in possession. We can't quite get rid of them. We can't quite clear it out. But Miles Kenlock comes up big, intercepting it, and Dino gets the ball out to just relieve some pressure. Throw in, again, just a really nice cross right there from Dino. Finds Phipp on the end, on the far post, on the end of it at the far post, and he slots it right in. We've given Dino a new contract. He was only on a 1-year deal. I think he's absolutely worth it. He's played fantastically for us. So I'm happy to give him a new contract. I think it's a 2-year deal, so we'll continue to develop him. Phipp, unfortunately, blasts it into his guy, and we get kind of caught up. So Sinclair here. Again, we get stuck. Frankham gets it out wide, and Hales Doherty's right there, just off his man for a really good goal. And so at this point, it's 3-1, and I'm nervous to make any real adjustment relative to going more defensive, so I kept things up. We're not going into shutdown, so I kept things kind of pushing. So, that way we would keep looking for the goal. Allison with a good, doing what keepers should be doing, getting the ball out of there. We're moving the ball well, as you can see. We keep good triangles. I'm really happy with how we move the ball. When we take some of those direct opportunities, when we're off, we're off. But when we're on, we're absolutely lethal. Just a long distance shot that Allison manages to get his hands on there. In this one, we were more on than we were off, but it wasn't quite as clinical as I would have liked. Tracy with decent hold-up play, but he gets that out of there. Free kick stuff is still kind of a detriment. I think as part of the midfielder we're looking for in the summer window, I think that's a skill we need to kind of bring into the team. We just don't really have those vicious free kicks. Again, another really nice move right there. We get the ball right through, and Freddie Tracy, who's on all sorts of confidence, gets it in, but it's just blocked by the keeper. So Vertonghen, McDonald's he's the guy pulling the strings in the midfield. Gets Freddie open again, and he just can't convert the opportunity by out in space there. But as you can see, I think for the most part, we really started to kind of dominate what was going on. Nice little free kick opportunity from Baldwin. Just can't make anything out of it. Mooney trips and falls on his face. That's a balance problem with him. I'm really happy with him otherwise, but he does that kind of crap a lot, which we've started trying to train and focus up his balance. So hopefully, he's still young, so hopefully it has some time to improve. But if I had a complaint against him, I'd say it's his balance. He just gets knocked off his feet a lot. Freddie Tracy with another one. At this point, he's knocking on the door of that hat trick, and you can feel that it's going to be coming here at some point. Lyons slowing things down, gets it to our playmaking machine in Wes McDonald. Yeah, he just absolutely rules that midfield. He's a very good playmaker. Grayson makes some mistakes like that, and gives things away sloppily. McDonald he is the playmaker. That's why I want to get offsides on that one. That's why I want a really strong kind of box-to-box guy to work with him. Right now, I think we're a little awkward, sort of varying between a second playmaker and the deep-lying playmaker, and the ball-winning midfielder in that role is depending on who's available, and I think it's a little bit to our detriment. I like having Grayson out there as well, but having two playmakers kind of it creates some confusion. It's not really the style I want to play. I'd rather have just one primary. So just a really horrid tackle from them, and flashes the red card on that terrifying 2-foot challenge. So thankfully no one was injured on it. So I'm otherwise happy with how that one went down. So Tracy, we're getting good hold up. I like that we're able to get the ball to our strikers. They can hold things up confidently, and we can kind of get out. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out always like that. Oh, beautiful cross from Mooney. Puts it into a strange space there. The defense missed the clearance, and Freddie picks up his hat trick that's been sort of coming for a while on that one. So now we're in kill the game mode. There's very little else we're doing. Triangles are set up really nicely. The guys have a lot of options. We're passing really cleanly. High complete rates. At this point, we were 491 passes. We had a 76% complete rate. Given how direct we were moving with the ball, I'm really quite pleased with it. Again, an 86% completion in the attacking third. 66 in the defense isn't terrifying for me, but I still like to see it a little better. But we are playing a little more direct, so I'm not losing a lot of sleep. Unfortunately, an offside goal there from Miko, although it was still a good move, just offside. We get an advantage there, but we're going to let that one go out. And that's game, set, match. So that was the official points we needed. So we are officially booking our place back in at least League 2 next year on this one. So that's it for the feature highlight, and I'll see you guys in the outro. Okay, guys, so that's, we've got 5 games left in the season, so we'll be back here covering the last 5 games, including the last Cornwall derby away at Plymouth for this season. And I think that may be our highlight game. If not, Tranmere will be the highlight game in the next block of episodes. Otherwise, we have successfully booked our place in at least League 2 for next season. So hopefully, if nothing changes and we keep going the way we've been going, we stay in League Two kind of comfortably in the middle. If we continue on this absolute heater of form that we've been on since late February, then there's a shot we're going to be contesting a promotion playoff spot, which, again, I'm a little nervous about because we have some guys on some long-term deals, and I'm not necessarily convinced that I don't think we're a League One slot. We struggled mightily at the beginning of this year to kind of gel, so we'll have to see all of what rolls out. But stay tuned, guys. Next episode will be the last episode of Season 6 in League 2 here, so I'll see you then. Remember, check out, if you like the video, please leave a like on the video. If you like what we're doing on the channel, smash that subscribe button. And if you haven't caught up, please check out Paul's series of Creating a Legacy with FC United of Manchester. If you haven't seen all of White Tigers Rising, please check that out. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye now.